Hello viewers and listeners, welcome to another video. So for past 3 4 days, there has been a buzz in the MMA world about the comeback of the Diaz brothers. Not just Nate Diaz, but Nick and Nate Diaz. So I think it's been 7 years since Nick Diaz last fought. Nate Diaz fought in 2019 against Jorge Masvidal. So there has been talks about UFC targeting second fight for like Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz 2. It's not finalized, but UFC is targeting it. And 3 4 days back, Nick Diaz's manager came out and said that they are definitely coming back in 2021, early 2021, in fact. And apparently, Nick Diaz is following a diet plan, and he's after long time he's training properly, and he's now following a proper diet plan. And I think he's down to somewhere around 175 180 pounds. So this is very interesting. So I as a fan, like as a newer generation fan, so I started watching MMA in 2015. And I think Nick Diaz was done by then. So I think he fought in 2013 or 14 against Anderson Silva. I'm not sure though. I might be wrong. So as a newer generation fan, like this is very interesting. We have all heard stories about Nick Diaz going on triathlons and his swimming for cardio and all of those stories. And we have seen in fights like his cardio is so much better than all of his opponents, and how he used to dominate them just because of his cardio and his dirty boxing. We all know Diaz brothers, like they are famous for their dirty boxing, but that dirty boxing that dirty boxing becomes more effective when your opponent is tired. And how they get their opponent tired? By getting their pace, by fighting at a higher pace than their opponent can fight. That's how they get their opponents tired, and then they start their dirty boxing. We have seen like how Nick Diaz fought Robbie Lawler and how he made him furious. And by every punch he hit Robbie Lawler, Robbie was furious. But again, he was tired because of Nick Diaz's cardio and his speed. He was tired, so he couldn't do anything. And again, it's Diaz brothers. They always talk something when they're fighting. So it was like a mixture of all of those things. So as a fan, I've heard these stories and I've watched these fights, the highlights, and it's always interesting to hear these stories and watch these highlights. But like this is the first time it's believable that maybe Nick Diaz will return in 2021. It's again, it's not it's not definite with Diaz brothers, but this is the first time, like from 2015 when I started watching MMA until now. This is the first time that it's believable that Nick Diaz might return. But with Diaz brothers, nothing is certain. Like there have been several talks in the past about Nick Diaz coming back, Nate fighting Conor, Nate fighting that opponent, Nate fighting this opponent, and so on. But like this is the first time it's most believable because the video was put out by I think Nick Diaz's team. Like he is looking very lean and very healthy for the first time, and it's because of because of COVID-19. Every bars and nightclubs are shut, and like those were the places where Nick used to spend most of his time pre-COVID. So Now that they are closed, he is, he's training and he's looking very, very healthy. But if he comes back, who could be his opponents? Like top five or top. He's not gonna fight anyone. It's Nick Diaz, so it has to be big names. So I mean, definitely he's not going to fight for the championship right away. If he comes back, I mean, at least one fight. He has to win at least one fight to be in the picture of the welterweight title. So there are few options for him. Like if he doesn't want championship fights, he just want big fights. Then there, like the Anderson Silva rematch is the most fascinating one for everyone. Like how Nick Diaz fought that fight and like what were the things that he was doing inside the octagon. He was, you know, he was taunting Anderson Silva. He was lying in the middle of the octagon, and then he was standing across the octagon and inviting Anderson to come to this side and fight me. So he was taunting Anderson Silva. So that was very crazy. So that could be one fight for him if he just wants a big fight. But if he really wants to prove something to someone or to himself, and if he really wants to be in the title picture, then I mean, Jorge Masvidal is one fight. There is history with Nate, and after the first fight between Nate and Jorge Masvidal, uh, he had an interview with Nick. Actually, had an interview with Ariel Helwani where he said that like I want to fight Jorge Masvidal. So that's a history there. He can fight Masvidal, and it's a big fight now. Masvidal is a big star, and he's a former title challenger. So that could put Nick in the in the title picture if he wins that fight. Again, Kobe is always there. He he likes to talk a lot about his opponent, and again, all these talks and everything, these things don't affect Diaz brothers. So that would be really fun to watch. And all Leon Edwards is also in the top five picture. So there are lots of fights, but I don't think it's going to be easy for Nick Diaz. After coming back after so many years, the competition has changed so much. It has evolved so much, and to come back and fight at that same level, it's going to be very difficult for him. But again, it's Diaz brothers. That's what they're famous for. Those difficult situations, how they train with high level boxers, high level jiu-jitsu practitioners, all of those things. So it would be interesting to see how this all goes, how this all plays out. I hope Nick comes back, and fans like me who are a little newer to the to this MMA get to watch him. Like watching him live and watching highlights are two different things. Like we would be able to watch the whole week, the embedded show and all of those things. Like it would be crazy. Let's hope he comes back. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good day. Bye bye.